Hello everyone, very good morning to the orientation session of Geography. My name is Vijay Kumar, Faculty of Geography. So I have been in this particular teaching since last 9 years, who have guided this UPSC aspirants to crack civil services, and many students, approximately 35 plus students, they have cracked the UPSC civil services with geography as optional. So in this particular session, we are going to see like how geography is important, and if we take geography, what are pros and cons, and by taking geography, are we going to crack civil services very easily? Where we have positives in that particular region, we would be having negatives as well. And people who are live, whatever doubts you would be having, I'll be taking them at the last. So you can just comment or you can just drop the message to the chat box. At the last, I'll be seeing all the doubts and I'll be clarifying those particular doubts. Okay. So everyone know about UPSC syllabus and everyone know that optional carries 500 marks, right? So how geography is important? This is what we are going to discuss in this particular session. Done. First question raises. First we will start up discussing the syllabus which is present in geography optional. We'll start up with the very base, and every query, if you are feeling to ask any silly question also, I am very good listener and I am very good at answering very difficult and lowest questions as well. You don't mind that sir will be thinking something if we would be asking this question. If you don't know apple spelling also, there is nothing an issue. You ask it directly. Because see, when you won't clarify your doubt, the doubt would be present somewhere in your nervous system and that pokes you every time. That, अरे यार उस दिन अगर पूछ लिया तो सही हो जाता, मेरा selection हो जाता. ठीक है? Don't keep anything in your mind. Think me as a mentor, think me as a brother, and feel free to ask anything, okay? So, in geography optional, geography optional paper 2. And each paper, it has two sections. Section number 1, section number 2. Here also section 1 and section 2. Each section will be having 5 chapters, or we can call it as 5 units. So here we have 5 units, and in this zone we would be having 5 units. Okay. Now the question raises, sir, these particular 20 chapters of syllabus, is that easy to read? Do we have base to this? Do we have some aspect of correlation? Generally, whenever geography comes into your mind, I have taught many students, like, whenever I ask you, like, you have left geography in your 10th standards, now you have came and sit in geography optional class. So why you have chosen this particular optional as geography? Then people started saying me that, sir, I know what is Tropic of Cancer. I know what is equator, what is Tropic of Cancer. Do you really think geography is Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer, equator? Is it like geography is the only thing? Sir, if you know where Delhi is located, then would you know entire geography? Would you know where USA is located, then you would know entire geography? See, geography is not a GPS by giving its direction. Geography is beyond it. Geography is mother of all subjects. Once if you see the syllabus section, you will understand why it is called as mother of all subjects. So you can just download the geography syllabus by going to UPSC, or else if you are not finding it, let us know, we will send the PDF file to you. So here I thought of making it as a PPT itself, but the originality of what we write, that will be moved away. For example, if I place here the entire syllabus copy, if I start discussing the things with you, then you will think like, that's the reason why during our kindergartens teacher used to make us write like A for apple, B for ball, A for apple, B for ball and C for cat. The reason behind it was this. Shall we see the syllabus and different chapters which are present in geography? Everyone? Now, paper 1 and paper 2. First I'll write the list of paper 1, then paper 2. Okay. First chapter, geomorphology. Second, climatology. Third, oceanography. Fourth, biogeography. Fifth, environmental geography. Sixth in the sense the first chapter of the section B. Okay. Perspectives in human geography. Seventh, economic geography. Eighth, population and settlement geography. Ninth, regional planning. 10th, models, laws and theories. So these are the chapters which are present in paper 1, and the upper portion is section A and the second portion is human geography section B. And in paper 2, the first chapter, Indian physical setting. Second, land resources. Third, agriculture. Fourth, industries. Fifth, transport and trade. And the sixth, that is section B again. In paper 2, the section B again. We would be having cultural setting. Seventh, regional development and planning. Eighth, settlement geography. So after settlement, map work. Geography is an essence of map work, right? So you have map work involved in it. Done. Now by seeing this entire syllabus, the first thing which comes into your mind is like market base. मार्केट में जो टी शॉप के पास और बुक शॉप के पास फर्स्ट डिस्कशन विच कम्स, geography optional which is there that has lengthiest syllabus. See, if it is lengthiest, then why UPSC will be placing it in the optional list, right? So first negative which comes regarding with the geography optional is it has very lengthy syllabus. Even our roommates, our seniors, the next upcoming juniors, Rest of the optional faculty who don't teach geography, they start commenting. No, don't take geography. It is very lengthy. Take anthropology, very easy. I am not commenting rest of the subjects. But only thing is there are benefits when the syllabus is lengthy. Yes, I do agree the syllabus is lengthy, but benefits are more when we are reading the lengthiest syllabus. Okay. So shall we see what all are topics which would be present? I will give you a brief idea. Like what are the things which we are going to learn in each particular syllabus pattern. First I will be dealing with it, then pros and cons, then the course structure, then how and what are the resources to be followed. Okay. So the first chapter comes geomorphology. Geo means earth, morphology means modification. Earth since its formation until the present state, is it the same? Would it have the same landform? Would it have the same landscape development? No. Since its formation, it has modified. And there are some forces which are making it to modify. Some internal forces from interior of earth, some external forces like river, wind, sea wave and rest of the factors, glacier and all. So these earth has evolved in its instance since millions of years. So how it got modified? What are the factors which made earth to modify? And because of these forces which are making earth to modified, what are the modified landforms? Mountain, plateau, plain, slope development by Davis, Penck cycle, volcanism, earthquake, tsunami, and how these geomorphological features make us to understand about the history of geological history of earth. See, for example, if a river is creating valley and a river is creating gorge. So the river which is creating valley, it is younger river. River which is creating gorge, it is the oldest river. Peninsular rivers, they have shallow and broad valleys. Himalayan rivers, they have narrower and deeper valleys. So peninsular rivers are older when compared to Himalayan rivers. So with this justification, with certain theories, there are some theories in this which you have already learnt a few things in GS. Continental drift theory by Alfred Wegener, seafloor spreading by Harry Hess, plate tectonics theory by Mackenzie and Parker developed by Morgan. Later on, Davis cycle, Penck cycle. So what and how they have described the erosion surfaces. Isostasy defined by Pratt and Airy. So they have given up theories. Theories are not completely proven, sir. Theories would be criticized by time. So when I am explaining a theory, you should not come to a conclusion. Acha, ye theek hai, ye sahi hai. This is what the final thing has happened. Theories they have given on certain assumptions. They have given on certain assumptions. So all these things related with the Earth's landscape development and Earth's interior, we are going to learn in this chapter. And this chapter you will also have some portion of it in your general studies as well. Okay, you will learn this, but you will not learn in general studies in that deeper. You will learn in a brief way, but here we are going to see it in a very deeper way. And the next question comes, second chapter, climatology. So this chapter might appear a bit dry for you, but this chapter is very lively for you. For example, we are having rainfall in Hyderabad. Answer is southwest monsoon. And from where monsoonal concept have started. And because of this rainfalls, vegetation grows. How these rainfall patterns are being started. Today the climate is cool and semi-humid. Yesterday climate was cool and humid. Are you getting this point? So we can see this particular climatological chapter in a very lively way. I can directly show you, see this is southwest monsoon. I can directly show you this is orographic rainfall. So we are having on and off formation of cyclones in Bay of Bengal, right? Cyclone Asani, Cyclone Jawad, Cyclone Gulab, Cyclone Amphan, Cyclone Hudud, Cyclone Oki, Cyclone Feni. Why these cyclones are being formed? And why we are experiencing cyclonic rainfalls? that we are going to learn in this particular climatological chapter. In winter, we would be having foggy conditions. We feel like taking a selfie and uploading it in Facebook. But why fog is formed? Why fog is formed? Temperature inversion. In Himalayan like regions, we will feel bit cool. Cooler temperatures are being formed. Why we would be experiencing cooler temperatures at Himalayas? Normal lapse rate. Temperature falling when we raise altitude by 6.5 degrees centigrade for every 1000 meters. So these climatic aspects which we see in and around us. In urban centers, we would be experiencing smog. क्या चल रहा बोले तो urban centers में fog नहीं बोलने का. You have to say smog. Smoke plus fog mixed, which will create huge invisibilities. Delhi like cities, they will experience huge amount of smoggy conditions. And right now we are having climatic changes, right? Climate is being changed. Global warming, greenhouse effect, ozone depletion, urban heat island. So urban regions are facing more heat, more heat. Why? What is the reason? What are the consequences which we are facing? All these topics you will be learning in this particular climatological chapter. Very, very interesting, very, very lively to you. And one important thing which you have to know, that you know about desert, right? Desert. First thing which comes into your mind when desert comes? Sand will come into picture, high temperature will come into picture, but desert is not defined on the basis of sand or temperature. No, that is also not the factor. You know a generalized factor. Any region would be called as desert when vegetation is absent. On vegetation we will define desert. Why vegetation is not there? Less rainfall, less cloud formation, sandy formation, arid conditions, aridity. Reasons might be many, but answer might be in a single instant. That is less vegetation. Are you getting this point? So, some hot and dry deserts of the world across, yes. Why deserts are formed? That is a huge concept. If you want, I can explain. I will explain it in a brief way, okay? Generally, deserts which are present across the world, most of the hot and dry deserts, Sonoran Mojave Desert of North America, Saharan Desert of Africa, Libya, Nubian Desert, Atacama Desert, Namib Desert, Kalahari Desert, Thar Desert, Simpson Desert, Great Sandy Desert, Daste Kavir Desert, Daste Lut Desert, Arabian deserts. Most of the deserts, whenever you see across the world, those particular deserts are located near to the tropics and to the western margins of countries or continents. Are you getting this point? So, generally what happens near the equatorial region is, we would be having huge insolation falling on this zone, making the warm air mass to raise upwards, creating cloud formation and precipitation near the equatorial regions. The same air column which is raising upwards, that tends to descend somewhere between 25 to 30 degree north and south latitudes. The air column, after being dense, it tends to descend at subtropical latitudes in the northern and southern hemisphere. So wherever we would be having ascending air column, there we have cloud formation. And those areas where air column is descending, we won't find cloud formation. And as we won't find cloud formation, we would be having absence of precipitation. That's the reason actually the descending air column from the equatorial region is making deserts to appear near to the tropical location, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. And if you observe, hot and dry deserts are located to the western margins of the countries or continents. This is reason number one. Reason number two, offshore trade winds. For example, let's say on the earth's surface. Between the tropics, we will be having certain winds called as trade winds. Northeastern trade winds and southeastern trade winds. So we'll discuss that particular wind system later on. Just now I am giving a brief, okay, as time is very limited. So these winds are considered as trade winds because they used to help sea traders in their maritime activities during 15th, 16th and 17th centuries. These trade winds, when they are traveling, they travel through eastern margins. They enter the continents through eastern margins. Moving to western margins, they become dry. Like for example, say, if this is an African portion, trade winds enter from this location. And when winds enter from this location, they carry the moisture along with it. And they tend to drain eastern margins of the countries or continents. The same trade winds moving to western margins, they become dry. On the eastern margins, they are called as onshore trade winds. On the western margins, they are called as offshore trade winds. So moving there, they become dry. When they become dry, tropics are not experiencing rainfall from descending air column, and western margins of tropics are not experiencing rainfall from trade winds also. So western margins of tropics are completely devoid of the entire rainfall. So when rainfall doesn't happen, vegetation won't happen. When vegetation is not there, we will experience desert. Sahara desert, Namib desert, Kalahari desert, best examples of the world. Now question raises, अच्छा सर ठीक है, आप बहुत अच्छे बोल रहे. Next, sir, this is coast, right? We have water body, right? We have water body, then it should experience rainfall. But along this margin, we shall have cold oceanic currents. And cold oceanic current presence will give an effect called as desiccating effect. What is desiccating effect? See, for example, if we have warmer water, temperatures are warmer. When temperatures are warmer, evaporation happens. When evaporation happens, cloud formation. Cloud formation will lead to precipitation. But these regions are experiencing cold oceanic currents. Cooler oceanic current, cooler water, no evaporation, no condensation, no precipitation. This is the reason why along the Atacama Desert being on the coast, it is devoid of entire rainfall. Atacama Desert experiences less than 5 inches of rainfall. अगर हाथ में पकड़े तो बूंद बूंद इसमें गिरेगा. Complete driest desert of the world. Driest desert of the world. Reason is ना इससे बारिश, ना offshore trade wind से बारिश, and we have Peruvian Humboldt current. So these are the reasons why deserts formed. Apart from these also deserts would be formed. The reason number 4, rain shadow regions. So what is a rain shadow region? Any region which is placed back to the mountain, it is called as leeward side, and that leeward side would be experiencing very least rainfall. As the higher the mountain, as lesser the rainfall. Back to Western Ghats, western side, we will experience 400 centimeter rainfall. Back to this we experience 40 centimeter rainfall. Mumbai and Pune are the best examples associated with it. If the mountain is more higher, even the wind will tussle to move back at least. Hence we will find desert. Example, Ladakh desert back to that of Himalayas. Taklamakan desert back to that of Himalayas. This is the reason number 4. Reason number 5, desert formation. Can anyone say? Continentality. As the land is very far away from the coast, it is devoid of moisture. As we come interior into the continent, we are denied of moisture. So when we are denied of moisture, obviously that region would be arid and that becomes desert. Gobi desert along the China, Mongolia region formed because of continentality nature. These are the reasons. Reason number 6, can anyone say? Reason number 6. Reason number 6. You know it very well. You know it very well. Anthropogenic factor. We are increasing desertification, we are cutting down the trees, we are converting them into agriculture, we are using faulty agricultural practices, global warming, climate change, ozone depletion, increasing of wind strength, making the wind to move the sand to the adjoining regions. Eastern Rajasthan is experiencing deserts. Desert from the western Rajasthan is being moved towards the eastern Rajasthan location. Desert formation, Atacama desert is increasing, Namib desert is increasing. Thar desert is increasing. This is a process called as desertification. And aren't we humans doing anything, sir? Yes, we are doing. Sitting in United Nations saying that, अच्छे दिन आएंगे, we will do it. And we have brought a convention. United Nations Convention on Combating Desertification. The agreement signed after Mother Earth Summit of 1992. One of the 3 agreements. Agreement number 1, UNFCCC, United Nations Framework on Convention on Climate Change. Convention on Biodiversity, United Nations Convention on Combating Desertification. We did convention, we are not following it. क्योंकि हमें सिर्फ अच्छे दिन चाहिए, तो वो अच्छे दिन आने के लिए कोशिश तो करना ही पड़ेगा. But we from human involvement, we have to stop this. These are the reasons of desertification. Any doubt? Any more doubts? So desert, whenever comes into picture, first thing, no vegetation. Why no vegetation? No cloud formation, no rainfall, no soil, rocky surface, human involvement. Clear? Any doubts on this? Yes. It's better term, in a geographical term we can call it as continentality. If you say geographical location, he will ask you to explain what geographical location. So if you say continentality, he will understand that far away from interior of the continent, obviously it is devoid of water. So better we can say continentality. Okay, clear? Everyone? Chal. So these are the things which we are going to learn in climatology. Very interesting things. Why a cyclone forms? Why only cyclone move in this direction? Why only cyclone is hitting Odisha? Why only cyclone is hitting Gujarat? All these things. Urban climate. Why urban flooding is happening. All these things we will learn. Next comes oceanography. This is very smaller topic but very interesting. 100% question comes from this because 71% of the world is covered with oceans. Obviously we have to give some respect to it and UPSC will give the same and it will ask a question. Generally we used to think earlier that oceanic bottom relief which is there, that is very flat, we can walk on it. But once Germans started using submarines, they came to know during the Second World War, the oceanic topography is not that great or not that easy. It is that much diversified, like the same how the continent is diversified. On continent, what all things we have? Mountain, plateau, plain, valley, delta, lagoon, estuary, lake, lagoon, khayals. We have immense landforms. The same you can see in oceans. So in different oceans, we shall see different landforms. That we are going to learn. We are going to see what are oceanic currents. Just now I was speaking about an oceanic current. We will see how tides and waves are formed. What is the relation between tides and waves? Tidal energy, wave energy. What are the importance of these energies? And we will see coral reefs, coral bleaching, the rainforest of the ocean. UPSC 2022, they asked a question. If the evergreen forestries are considered as lungs of the world, then corals are considered as kidneys of the world. Why these corals would be considered as kidneys of the world? It was on wetland ecosystem. So in this way, questions tend to prioritize from geography from a live nature. And we are going to see oceanic resources as well because, for example, entire resources got exhausted on the land surface. What is next? Shall we go to moon and get the petrol? Shall we go to Mars and get the petrol? We have to use the oceanic resources. So they are the alternatives for us, how they are helping us. In which basins, what resources which we have, what are the contemporary issues. What is law of ocean? Everyone can't say like I will go in deeper into the Indian Ocean, I'll dig petrol and I'll take it. Every country will have certain exclusive economic zone, 200 nautical mile for India. Who have decided it? What was the convention? United Nations Convention on Loss of Seas. So these kind of contemporary typical aspects which we are going to learn in oceanography. In the entire 20 chapters, this is the easiest chapter, which you will understand it with very easiest way. Next is biogeography, understanding about the genesis of soil formation, understanding the soil distribution, understanding the processes of soil erosion, soil conservation, how we can do through the process of mulching, through the process of using different urea, organic farming, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Vikas Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana, all these things related with soils, contemporary issues with soils. It's not like we are just going to see about the genesis of soils. We are going to understand, evaluate, analyze and make policies to insert into it. Environmental geography, you know it. What is biodiversity, what is ecology, what is ecosystem, what is ecological niche, what is biogeochemical cycle, what is nitrogen cycle, carbon cycle, how ecosystem would be protected, what is biosphere, what is national park, what is wildlife sanctuary. We have listened these words, right? National park, KBR National Park, Harina Vanasthali National Park, Manas National Park, Kanha National Park, tiger reserves, wildlife sanctuaries. So how they are protected? Climate change is happening, what we are doing, what international convention is doing. Modi has went to Glasgow, COP26 meeting, what he has promised. Non-fossil fuel energy, net zero emission, carbon neutrality, increasing the carbon sink. And he has said that solar power would be increased by 33% up to 2030. All these environmental issues come into picture. But mostly this chapter can be correlated with the other chapters as well, because environment as being part of our life. So it can be related to every chapter. Okay, so this becomes the first section, section number 1. Section number 2, perspectives in human geography. Human geography. Human geography involves variety of terms. So they have some perspectives. Some perspectives include, like some people say that geography can be observed in this way. Mineral resource, see for example, sustainable development is there. What is sustainable development? Utilization of natural resources and thinking about future. Sustainable development is being seen in a different way now. See, sustainable development doesn't mean that thinking about future, aap khud khana mat khao. It's not like in that sense, right? Sustainable development is first you eat in a better way, then think about future at least. It's not like हमारा फ्यूचर जनरेशन को क्या होगा अभी, हम आज एक ही बार खाएंगे, है ना? So I will only eat once because my future generation has to live. Then does it make any sense? So what are these? Perceptions. So perceptions, like population is increasing because of many factors. You will say it as a positive factor, I will say it as a negative factor. So in that you will have dualism. In that you will have environmentalism. So these are perceptions which are given by certain geographers related with human geographies. So everyone has some perceptions, geographers had some perceptions. That perspectives we are going to learn in this particular chapter number 6. Okay, clear? Economic geography. Minerals distribution across the world, agriculture patterns across the world, industrial distribution across the world, trading, communication across the world, how it is happening, how energy crisis is coming, why world is facing energy crisis. All these things we are going to learn in this particular economic geography. Okay. Population and settlement geography. What all things comes in population? Population growth, population density, distribution of population, tribal population across the world, and different religions, different races, different ethnic groups, and population and problems associated with population, remedies with that population, migration of population, intra and internal and international. What are the reasons for it? What are the consequences because of such kind of population dynamics? And there are some theories related with this population theories related with economic geography, these theories would be merged in 7, 8, 9 chapters. This chapter is not dealt separately. This would be dealt in 7, 8, 9 chapters because these have inbuilt theories in it. For example, we are reading about industrial location of the world. We are going to read about Weber's industrial location theory. If we are going to see agriculture pattern of the world, we are going to see von Thunen's agriculture model across the world. So in that way, population geography would be dealt. Next comes settlement geography. Urban settlement, rural settlement, semi-urban, city, town. What all are the types of settlements? How the hierarchy pattern, how the social structure would be there in that particular settlement pattern. Why there is a concept of urbanization? What is an urban city actually? Across the world, how urbanization is being developed? What are the problems of urbanization? We are going to learn here. Next is regional planning. Region can be defined as any particular geographical area starting from Ashoknagar, Hyderabad, including Secunderabad, Rangareddy district, North Telangana, South Telangana, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Southern India, Central Southern India, India, South Asia, Southeast Asia, Asia, regional block, Eurasia, Africa. Every block can be divided as a region. So regional planning, how it can be done? Decentralized planning, hill area development, tribal area development, backward area development, coastal development. So certain regions, how they can be planned very effectively. That is what we are going to learn in this particular regional planning. And this chapter of models, laws and theories are not dealt separately. They are included in 1, 2, 3. Not separately. 1, 2, 3. All the theories would be included along, because if you understand the theory of what Weber said, then you will understand where to locate the industry. Got an idea on paper number 1? Paper number 1. Paper 2 is implementation. If you want, see, for example, chapter number 1, India's physical setting, Himalayas, Great Plains, desert, plateau, like islands, coastal plains. If you understand landforms, if you understand why mountains are created, you will understand why Himalayas are created. Here just you have to learn the fact. Himalayas are extending from Jammu Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. They are divided as Himadri, Himachal, Shivaliks, Trans Himalayas, Purvanchals, Trans Himalayas mein fir Karakoram range, Jaskar range, Ladakh range, and that extension Kailash range. Here factual information. Here you will read how a monsoon would be developed, types of winds. Here you will understand monsoonal climate. Here you will understand genesis of soil, formation of soil. Here you will see distribution of Indian soils. Are you getting this? Chapter number 2, land resources. Chapter number 3, agriculture. Chapter number 4, industries. Chapter number 5, transport, communication and trade. Does these words are present in paper 1? Are these words present in paper 1? In which block of paper 1 we have read it? Economic geography. Can't we correlate this and that? While reading the iron ore distribution of the world, can't we read iron ore distribution of India along with it? While reading iron ore distribution of the world, can't we read iron ore distribution of India in resources? When we are reading coal distribution of the world, can't we read coal distribution of India? Correlately, here I am correlating. When we see industrial location pattern, factors responsible for location of industries, doesn't that the same factors located for industry also? What all are the factors located for industry? Raw material, land, power, transportation, market, cheap skill labor, semi-power energy which is required, river, fresh water, government policies, law and order, industrial inertia. But some factories might be market oriented, some factories might be raw material oriented, some factories might be like labor oriented. So certain factories might determine on certain factor. So for that we will distribute different factors like cotton, iron and steel industry, aluminium, and we will see about silk industries, jute textile industries, sugar industries. So every particular industry will be dominated with one factor. Every factor is required, but it is mostly biased towards one particular factor. That thing which we are going to see. In Indian agriculture chapter, we are going to see about all the schemes launched by our Achhe Din Bhai. Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, Soil Health Card Scheme, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Vikas Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Vignan Kendras, Pradhan Mantri Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Scheme, E-Kisan Scheme, credit facilities, agricultural schemes, and we are going to correlate. Here, this is very important chapter because agriculture is culture for us. It's not a profession, it's a culture for us. So what all are the problems which Indian agriculture is facing? What are the solutions? What government is doing? In dry regions, in floods and droughts are mostly affecting agriculture pattern. What all are important aspects which we have to follow, measures which we have to take to tackle these problems? Farmer suicide is an issue. Crop failure is an issue. Monsoon erratic behavior is an issue. No irrigation facility issue. No yielding variety issue. No perfect seed development issue. What we are going to do? In southern India, exclusively in Telangana, Vidarbha, Rayalaseema, we have dry conditions, semi-arid climates. Then we will see dryland farming over there. What is the significance of dryland farming? And many revolutions have came in agriculture and allied sectors. The best is green revolution. What all are possibilities of green revolution? What all are positives of green revolution? What all are negatives of green revolution? Green revolution says only it has positives, but it has negatives. Regional imbalances, no crop rotation methods, faulty agricultural practices, all these are present in this particular agricultural aspects. We will try to evaluate the schemes. For example, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Yojana, jo bhi hai, did it solve the purpose of reducing the farmer suicide in India? Discuss different farmer suicides in India in Punjab, Vidarbha, Telangana. Three different regions have three different reasons why they commit suicide. All these aspects we are going to learn. Industries, industrial distribution, industrial locational factors, industrial policy of India. These things we are going to learn from this particular industries as a chapter. Okay. Transportation. What are all transportations we have? Roadways, railways, airways, waterways, inland waterways, seaports, Sagarmala project, Diamond Quadrilateral, Golden Quadrilateral, North-South extension, East-South corridor. What all are transportation implications? What is public-private model? How it is helping in regional development? How it will help in regional development? Are you going to get this point? Clear, everyone? Communication. Communication involves science and technology in it. We are going to see about space technology, Chandrayaan, Mission Mangalyaan, all these aspects, science and technology related aspects, trade, economy related aspects, trade deficit, budget deficit, Indian trade with other countries, Israel, Iran, Iraq, America, Europe, Britain, France, Italy, Japan, China, Southeast Asia, Australia. However, we will know when we are reading resources, while we read coal, I will say that India is importing coal from Australia, because India doesn't have coking coal. So obviously Indian trade relations with Australia is very good. So what all are subjects involved in this? Like if you see cultural setting, it is nothing but population distribution of India. In India we have different tribes, scheduled caste population, scheduled tribe population. We have different religions, different regions of high density, low density, moderate density. What all are problems Indian regions are facing? What is the scheme of urban? Clear, population migration is happening. What government is doing because of it? So because of that migration, there is a disturbance in demographic dividend. So in India, what population problems are there? How the population is distributed with the different ethnic races, that we are going to learn. So we are going to correlate chapter number 8 with chapter number 6 here. Chapter number 8 with chapter number 6. Chapter number 8, 6 and 8. 8 and 8, 6, 8, 8 are going to be learned in one sequence. Okay. Next, regional development and planning. What all I have said here, the same here. Panchayat Raj institutions, Mandal Parishad development, district development corridors. How regionally it is developed? Smart villages, providing water facilities to villages. Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Implementation में क्या हुआ? We don't know. Implementation में everyone know what our greatest Prime Minister is doing. है ना? अच्छे दिन आज तक देख रहा हूँ वो अच्छे दिन कब मिलेगा? एटलीस्ट संडे भी अच्छे दिन नहीं है ना? सो ग्राम सड़क योजना का मतलब होता है 1 किलोमीटर एट द एंट्रेंस ऑफ विलेज, 1 किलोमीटर एट द एग्जिट ऑफ विलेज, सो दैट व्हेन मिनिस्टर्स कम एंड इनॉग्रेट, है ना, फोटो अच्छे आने चाहिए. What is प्रधानमंत्री ग्राम सड़क योजना? Connecting rural roads, village to village, not from entrance of village to exit of village. So what are loopholes in it? See, we are going to become an IAS officer, right? We have to think everything. Loopholes in it. What all are measures you will suggest to it? All these aspects we will learn here. Next, political geography, political aspects. India's intention with South China Sea, China's intention with Indian Ocean, strings of pearl policy, clear. Hambantota, Karachi port, Bangladesh port. Why India is developing Chabar port? Why India is maintaining good relations with Maldives, Australia, Japan? If they are coming with pearls of string policy, then uske upar hum ja रहेंगे और एक policy like when they are coverting us through the ports, we will also covert them through ports which are surrounding it. India's intention in Arctic Circle. Recently, Antarctic bill is passed. What is the intention behind it? How LOC issues are managed? What is Pakistan occupied Kashmir? Are we going to give POK to Pakistan? No, deadly. दूध मांगे तो खीर देंगे, कश्मीर मांगे तो चीर देंगे, ऐसा स्टेटमेंट अगर लिखेंगे तो पेपर फाड़ देंगे, है ना? These are not going to work there. Diplomatic answer. अगर आप मिलिट्री में जा रहे हो तो बोलो, चाहे जान दे देंगे, इस्लामाबाद को भी कैप्चर करेंगे उल्टा में, CDS एग्जाम में, बोलो ठीक है. वो सिविल सर्विसेज, नो, say it in safe zone. There are issues, we have to solve it at an international level because we have to maintain very good relations with Pakistan so that we will have more tendency to get permanent membership in UN Council. These you can say in civil. CDS, military, चाहे भले जान दे देंगे, उल्टा इस्लामाबाद कैप्चर करेंगे. Radical way of approaches of UPSC. One is CDS, one is civil services. So all the political aspects which we have issues with Bangladesh, some tussles with Myanmar. Nepal and Bhutan, however, they are natural allies. We don't have anything. They are actually 29th and 30th states of India. We have issues with LTT, Pak Strait issues and Sri Lankan crisis. So all these are political aspects involved. And the last chapter is contemporary issues. Global warming, urban flooding, glacial outburst, cloud outburst, Uttarakhand floods, Kosi floods, Patna floods, Assam floods recently, Hooghly floods, Ganga river is flooding, mangroves are being cut at Mumbai region, eco-sensitive zones are going to be disturbed, tiger population is going to be reduced, floods, droughts, conditions are increasing, El Nino is increasing, tropical cyclones are increasing, everything falls under contemporary issue. This is an ocean where we have to drink glass of water daily. That's it. Maximum coverage, we can't do apart from it. Next, map work. During sequential order, in between when I get, like today we are going to discuss fold mountains, I'll ask you to map. But separate map sessions would be dealt. Here, after seeing all this, now people start commenting, sir, this is huge syllabus, I believe now. What we are going to do is correlate paper 1 and paper 2, that's it. You can divide UPSC into, like geography optional, into 6 blocks, only 6 blocks. Block number 1 include geomorphology, climatology, oceanography and Indian physical setting. Block number 1 includes geomorphology, climatology, oceanography and Indian physical setting. Okay. Block number 2 includes economic geography, land resources, agriculture, industries, transportation, communication and trade. We are going to correlate the things. Economic geography from paper 1 and the rest 4 chapters from paper 2. Correlate population and settlement geography with cultural setting and settlement geography of India. Block number 3. Block number 4, regional planning and regional development and planning. Block number 4. Block number 5, biogeography and environmental issues and contemporary issues. Block number 5. Block number 6, perspectives in human geography and political aspects and rest of the theories. This is how the design of course is. We are not going to see the chapters in a sequence way. We are going to see it in an interlinked way. This makes geography as one of the easiest optionals. Done? Syllabus is clear? Everything is clear? Chalo. Now let's see what are the pros and cons. Pros and cons of geography optional. First number pro. It has weightage in GS, General Studies, paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4, essay. Paper 1 directly we have geography itself. Paper 2 we have international relations, organizations, poverty, social justice, human development. In geography we have human related issues. In paper 3, economy, agriculture, industries, science and technology, agricultural issues, environment, disaster management, border security, border management, internal security, political issues are there, economic issues are there, agricultural issues are there, industrial policy is there, disaster management, environmental issues are there. Mostly paper 1 and paper 3 are most dominant. Paper 4, you will get case study. If you are a district collector, you have integrity, empathy, you have huge amount of strength, regional planning, how you would do. You are posted in one district where sand mafia is hitting you. So how you are going to tackle this environmental problem along with the population dissipation. All these aspects. So how you are going to manage and control the population. How you are going to teach tribes what consequences they are going to face. And out of the 8 essays in your essay paper, 1 essay would be tilted towards geography and environment. So what all are there? 500 marks you are going to cover in optional if you read geography. Approximately 110 marks on an average in paper 1. 30 marks in paper 2. Somewhere around 80 marks in paper 3. 125 marks in essay. And by related ethics 20 itself. Calculate it. 610, 30, 640, 640, 80, 720, 720, 125, 845 plus 20, 865. Somewhere around by reading this geography optional, you can tackle 870 marks directly and indirectly. Directly and indirectly. Now say, is this tough for you? More than half marks in GS you can get by this particular geography as a reading. This is one benefit. Benefit number 2. In preliminary examination, 30 to 35 questions come from geography, environment and agriculture. If you want, you can check out. There is no necessity for proving it. You go, check it out. If you miss the value, come to me, I will give a blank check to you. 30 to 35 average question come because preliminary examination is common for civil services as well as Indian forest services. So person who is going to get selected in forest services, he should have greater grip on environment, geography and agriculture. Then number 2. Point number 3. In interview, चाहे आप कुछ भी बोले, any optional you have. You might have anthro, sociology, pub ed, economics, Sanskrit, physics, anything. Question will come like, you are from Guntur district. What all are the crops grown in Guntur district? What is the climate of Guntur district? If you become a district collector of Assam, recently Assam had floods, what you are going to do? If you are posted in drought prone region, what all are the measures which you will follow? Because you are the manager, right? District manager there for tackling the floods, disaster manager over there. If you are posted in coastal regions, how you will tackle tsunamis? If you are posted in coastal regions, how you will tackle cyclones? How you will tackle landslides if you are posted in Himalayan region? This question, without this question, your interview wouldn't be there. Your geography knowledge will help in interview as well. And this geography optional knowledge helps you in your administration when you become an IAS. Every knowledge you have knowledge on politics, you have knowledge on economy, you have knowledge on population, you have knowledge on how settlement patterns are developed, you know knowledge on floods, you know knowledge on droughts, you know knowledge on economy, you know knowledge on industries, you have knowledge on earthquake, you have knowledge on landslide, flood, drought, tsunami, famine. Once you become IAS, that's why many glorious IAS officers have geography as optional. You want, check it out. Mr. Krishna Tej IAS, who was my senior, now he is posted in Kerala. Earlier he was Director of Tourism Department. Now he has scheduled caste development department. Once he was posted in Kerala in 2016. There he has hit with floods. He was an OSD over there, officer on special duty. He has evacuated 2 lakh people. 2 lakh people. And he received award for it. He just evacuated on the basis of geography knowledge. Because he has command on that. How flood intricates, how flood will impact the society, what are the consequences, how we have to manage, tackle. So these are the most pros, and one most pro is like this is lively subject. See, for example, if we read any other subject, like I am not criticizing that subject, but I am showing you the liveliness. If you are going to read about Akbar's administration in history, now we can call Akbar and speak with him. Can we call Akbar and speak with him? We can't. But now, if cyclone is coming, I can show you, this is Asani, this is Feni, this is Oki, this is Hudud. If earthquake is coming, I can say, this is a Himalayan truck hitting the Eurasian plate. If landslide is coming, I can show you. Mountains, I can take you to Himalayas and show you, see, these are fold mountains. Mount Everest, I can show you. Akbar's administration. In political theory, Aristotle has said something. He said something according to his knowledge in that era. Arthashastra, wo Shastra, ye Shastra. How humans evolved, anthropology. But now geography is important, which we can show it lively. I can show you Hyderabad experiencing urbanization. Go and see. Walk all around Hyderabad, you will see urbanization. Barish gire, urban flooding. Why? Encroachment issues, concrete jungles. घरे गधे में, गली गली में एक जगह भी नहीं है जहां पे कार पार्किंग की स्पेस है. तो बारिश आएगा तो where water goes? It makes cars to act as boats now. Yes or no? I can show you, man. Environmental convention I can show you. Lively subject. These are positives. Negatives. This I accept. I myself, being geography faculty, will accept it. Geography has 20% excess syllabus when compared to the rest of the subjects. This I am accepting. When we are scoring 50% of 1750 marks, why don't we read 20% extra? Why don't we read 20% extra? Is there anything like we don't want to read 20% extra just to have some fun? 20% ज्यादा पढ़ने से अगर आपका चांसेस बेहतर हो रहा है क्रैकिंग द एग्जाम, व्हाई डोंट यू टेक ज्योग्राफी एज ऑप्शनल? जिएंगे तो भारत के लिए, पढ़ेंगे तो ज्योग्राफी के लिए. 870 marks, my dear, 870 marks. You go and check the proof. If I am wrong, go and check the proof. Download the previous year questions and check it. मैं बोल रहा हूं ना, अगर मैं गलत हूं, ब्लैंक चेक देता हूं, लिख लो कितना लिख सकते हो उसमें. ब्लैंक चेक देता हूं. 20% I don't feel it as negative. If society is saying such, I am saying you that it is negative. Society has much influence on me. चाय बंडी के पास गए, if we are liking to drink coffee, and अभी तो चाय बना रहा हूं, कॉफी बनने के लिए टाइम लगेगा, तो 5 आदमी है चाय पी रहे, तो भाई मुझे भी चाय दे दो. पीपल थिंकिंग इन दिस वे. भाई वेट करो, कॉफी पियो, आपका मन मर्जी करो. वाई यू आर थिंकिंग एंड ट्रीटिंग एज सोसाइटल एस्पेक्ट? Many people say committing suicide is individual perspective. He was in depression state. I say suicide is societal perspective. Said by Emil Durkheim, sociology, my optional earlier. I had 2 optional, sociology and geography. So don't influence on society. One more thing. Who is All India rank number 1 now? What is his optional? Now people start taking history as optional because All India rank 1 took it. When Anudeep Durishetty cracked All India rank 1 with Anthro, he was one of my friends, mutual friends. People started taking anthropology as optional. मुझे लग रहा है कि तू पागल है भाई, है ना? He cracked rank 1 because he loved Anthro. He loved Anthro, not because he took Anthro because of last year All India rank 1 was Anthro. Before that year, I think so, Ira Singhal, rank 1, geography optional. You take your optional on your own consciousness. Don't take your optional just because your friend is taking that. Don't take your optional because popularized faculty. See, faculty पढ़ाएंगे तो वही पढ़ाएंगे ना. And now people say, like, sir, दिल्ली में पढ़े या हैदराबाद में पढ़े या बेंगलुरु जाए. If you go to Delhi, southwest monsoon change होगा क्या? Would the southwest monsoon change? Would the problems of urbanization change? Smart cities mission का कुछ text change होगा क्या? Present change हो जाएगा क्या? फिर ये क्वेश्चन क्यों? दिल्ली, हैदराबाद, बेंगलुरु, औरंगाबाद, जहां पे भी पढ़े, वेर एवर यू रीड, मन मर्जी से पढ़े. डोंट आस्क दिस सिली क्वेश्चन. से दिल्ली है तो आईएएस बनता हूं, सो दिल्ली पॉपुलेशन वाले ही बनेंगे ना. व्हाई पीपल विल गेट ऑल इंडिया रैंक फ्रॉम डिफरेंट स्टेट्स? Delhi might be the hub earlier, but now in this technological world, anywhere you sit, that is Delhi for you. Anywhere you sit, that is Delhi for you. And many people see that ये faculty अच्छा, इसके पास जाएंगे. When you are loving that subject, go to that faculty. Don't love the faculty and come with that subject. Optional में यही गलती होती है, because 870 marks, आधा marks आ रहा है इसमें. This is first point. नेगेटिव है ये. सेकंड, नेगेटिव नहीं बोलता हूं, लाइक बिट हाई इमेजिनेशन चाहिए. दिस इज सेकंड नेगेटिव सेड बाय सोसाइटी. इमेजिनेशन मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल मैं बोलता हूं भाई माउंट एवरेस्ट है, ठंड लगेगा. वोल्केनिज्म इज हैपनिंग अंडर वाटर, आइलैंड इज बीइंग फॉर्म्ड, बट योर इमेजिनेशन लेवल्स हैव टू बी वेरी अलाइव. यस, दिस इज व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन. Third thing, maximum people in mains write with geo optional. मेंस में जो लिखेंगे भगवान जाने भाई, अब 4000 3000. रीजन बिहाइंड इट इज प्रीलिम्स वाज इजी फॉर देम, दैट्स व्हाई मैक्सिमम इन नंबर. सो हमें क्या करना चाहिए टू टैकल दिस थिंग? No need to write the best and excellent answer. Write the best answer than 4,000 people. That's it. There used to be one statement, right? If tiger started hunting you and if you are a group of friends, no need to run faster than tiger. Run faster than your 4 friends. You will save your life. In this also, no need to write the brilliant answer. Write the best answer than 4,000 people. How to write the best answer than 4,000 people? That you will learn in the course. Okay? Clear? Everyone? Done with this? Yeah. Own way का मतलब क्या होता है? हाँ, राइटिंग इन ए प्रेजेंट फैक्चुअल वे. ज्योग्राफी में और एक कॉन क्या है, लाइक प्रो क्या है, डायग्राम्स, फ्लो चार्ट्स, कीवर्ड से आधा आंसर बन जाएंगे. इफ यू आर एक्सप्लेनिंग साइक्लोन, ड्रॉ द साइक्लोन फिगर एंड स्टार्ट एक्सप्लेनिंग इट. You can write in your own language, but that language has to be understood by the examiner. Minimum decent English, decent grammar, decent writing makes the game. They are not going to take you for cartographic services. They are going to select you for Indian administrative services. So, जो आप आंसर लिखेंगे, whatever answer you write, if examiner is understanding, that's fine. You write it in your own way. Own way का मतलब again not that own way which we used to write in our graduation. बीटेक में हम क्या करते थे, लिखो 32 पेपर लिखो, पहला दिन पढ़ लो स्पेक्ट्रम ऑल इन वन, सिविल इंजीनियरिंग थे, 5 चैप्टर रट लो, क्वेश्चन पेपर नहीं चाहिए भाई, हमें आंसर शीट दे दो बस, खाली लिखो, लिखते रहो, 32 पेपर 80%. वो नहीं है, वो ओन वे नहीं है. बचपन में हम जो लिखते थे, लाइक राइट अबाउट गांधी एग्जाम्पल. इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन occurred in 2500, then Vedic, then Buddhism, Jainism, Mahajanpads, Mauryas, Guptas, then later on Shatavahanas, Solas, Kanvas, Shungas, वो ये, फिर आता है गजनी, गजनी के बाद जाता है खिलजी, खिलजी के बाद वो सैयद, लोधी, फर्स्ट बैटल ऑफ पानीपत, मुगल, बाबर, अकबर, हुमायूं, शाहजहां, औरंगजेब, then comes Britishers, then 1707, Battle of Buxar, Battle of Plassey, then goes Regulating Act 1773, Charter Act 1793, 1813, 1833, 1857 Revolt, Jhansi Lakshmibai special highlight underlining, Council of Act 1861, Moderate Phase, Congress Evolution, 1905, Surat Split, Anti-Partition of Bengal, Lord Curzon highlight again, then 1957 Annie Beats and Home Rule, then comes Gandhi to India from South Africa. This is Gandhi. ये दिस इज व्हाट वी यूज्ड टू राइट इन स्कूल, राइट. जो पूछे वो मत वो नहीं लिखते थे, पहले से शुरुआत करते थे. आई यूज्ड टू हैव ए ड्रीम, मतलब ऐसा. यूपीएससी विल गिव एनफ स्पेस, एनफ क्वेश्चन कम आंसर बुकलेट, लिखो लिखो इसमें प्रिसाइज. यूपीएससी इज वन वर्ड, only one board in the world which will write this statement on the question paper that content is important than its length. If you are answering the question within 100 words, if they ask 200 words, then also it is fine. Write in an own way where you have to stick to the question. 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 Don't go beyond the question. That's it. Then it is fine. You can write. Regional language में लिखो, English में लिखो, चाहे किसी में भी लिखो. Write the correct one, precise one, known one. That's it. Okay? Done? Now, course structure at Ekam IAS, if you are going to take this particular course, what all are the things which are involved in this course? Okay. Point number 1, number of hours which might take to complete geography syllabus, including everything, answer paper, test paper, discussions and all, somewhere 270 to 280 hours would be the time phrase, somewhere around approximately 4.5 months. including like eliminating Sundays and holidays, festivals and so on. Okay. Second point, is test series included in it? Yes. Regular answer writing और टेस्ट सीरीज जो भी आप कहें. Geomorphology हो गया, write a test, 10 questions. Evaluation would be given in a week, personal evaluation, feedbacks, and then try to move to next session. Every sub block which I was saying, 6 blocks of syllabus I have said, right? Every block will consist of one particular sectional test. Somewhere around you will be having a sectional test of 12 to 15. Because in between I feel like this test has to be repeated, that might be repeated again. When I feel you are not comfortable with that particular topic, that's why I am ranging it as 12 to 15 sectional test, and finally 4 grand test would be provided. Why I am marking it as 12 to 15 is I took it as 12, but in case if I feel geomorphological answers you have to write it one more, perspectives you have to write it once again, then extra 3 to 4 test would be awarded to that. Okay. Next, material support would be provided. Value added material support would be provided. You will be given up with the resources list and value addition from the institute. So first you have to read the institute material, then you have to refer to the book of that particular topic on that particular day. So that will give you a broad sense of reading the literature. Okay, clear? Then separate map based classes would be there. It's not like random, map based classes would be there in this particular course structure. Okay. Assignments would be included in this course structure. Daily regular assignments. If I ask you to mark these, you should mark them and come. Then post course support. Like you might feel 4.5 months के बाद में, does Vijay sir come and help us? Yes. Until you crack civil services. Until you crack civil services or leave civil services, दोनों में एक ही होगा. After the course of 4.5 months, you will be provided with a support. If you have any doubts, you can come, you can inquire when the faculty is available, you can clear your doubts. Okay, it's not like 4 महीने हो गया, पैसे भरे, हो गया, चलो आप भाई जाओ, बस पकड़ो. ये नहीं है. You can meet, you can prior take the appointment, you can ask concerned faculty to reach, he will reach and you will be given the support, no issues. You will be given the support until you crack civils or leave civils. Dono. Done? So regular answer rating, daily answer rating are however there in this particular aspect. Clear? Next, now comes book list. What all are books we have to follow? If I want to show my knowledge, I can give you 20 books as well. But in initial stages, I support 5 book strategy. First, before attending the course, finish off all the NCERTs so that you won't get a silly doubt like, sir, what is lithosphere? You won't get a silly doubt like, sir, what is capital of India? How many states are there in India? If you ask, then in general faculty would be irritated because they expect that you already know a bit related with geography. That's why you took geography as optional. So finish off your basics. Then second book which you have to buy, Physical Geography by Savendra Singh. Generally people suggest you to take Geomorphology by Savendra Singh, Climatology by Savendra Singh, Oceanography by Savendra Singh, but not necessary. I don't want to dump everything on you because it's waste of time. That extra thing which is there in that material, institute material can be covered through it. No issues regarding with it. So no need to buy. Next is Human Geography by Majid Hussain. Human Geography by Majid Hussain. Okay. Next. Indian Geography by Khullar. Indian Geography by Khullar for paper 2, entire paper 2 section. This is for paper 1 section A, paper 1 section B, entire paper 2. Khullar. KHULLAR. Next. Oxford Orient Black Swan Atlas. These 5 are the primitive books, primary books which you have to follow, in the initial stages. Moving further, anywhere, if I feel it is necessary for you to read the text, I may suggest. But these 5 are the first sources, which covers 70% of syllabus, 20% of value addition from the institute, 10% I will say where to refer in the internet, you can refer. These are the base standards which are present. Okay, clear? Any doubts which you have, you can just ask me. And how to start geography is like first start reading NCERTs, then check previous year questions. 6th to 12th, if you read them it would be better. The reason behind it is like people say 11th and 12th. If you don't even know base of what is deciduous forestry, then it becomes difficult for you again. See, you should not find regret once you are finished with geography optional. You should not find a regret like यार 6th to 10th भी पढ़ लिया होता तो क्या होता था, हमें मर जाते थे, पढ़ लिया तो एक हफ्ते की तो बात थी. 6th तो छोटे छोटे पन्ने के किताब आते हैं ना, like it is very minute in nature. So we should not get disturbed. Once we start reading geography optional, we should not get disturbed. यार क्या है 6 to 10 तो क्यों छोड़े? This is what man will do the mistake. What man generally does is, बाइक में पेट्रोल भरा था है 200 रुपए का. He will have money, but still he will do it only 200. So he will always continuously roam in and around, in and around, in and around. So एक सिचुएशन आता है जब पेट्रोल लास्ट आखिरी लाइन पे पहुंचता है, तो तब ये आदमी के पास ना टाइम, बारिश गिर रहा होता है, तो तब सोचता कि यार फुल टैंक भर लिया था तो क्या होता था, पैसे तो थे, पैसे तो थे मेरे पास. If I was not having money, then it is fine. Already I had 5,000 in my pocket, तो फुल टैंक भर लिया होता. ओनली 200 रुपए भर के लास्ट मोमेंट में गाड़ी जब रुक जाता ना, when bike stops on the road, then we regret. उस दिन वो पूछ रहा था पेट्रोल बंक वाला, कितने भरूं, फुल टैंक भर दूं, तो आपने बोला नो, ओनली 200. अब मरो रोड पे, कैब बुक करके जाओ, बॉटल में पेट्रोल लो, फिर आधा घंटा टाइम वेस्ट. वुड यू डू दैट, or would you fill the petrol for the full tank when you have money? That is your choice according to article 19(1) subclause A. That is your choice, right to freedom of speech and expression. Clear? Any more doubts you have? Yes sir. 2.5 hours. Duration would be 2.5 hours, and if somewhere 220, 240, like it depends. Topic अगर finish हुआ 2 और 15 मिनट, 15 मिनट जनरल डिस्कशन, नहीं तो टॉपिक फिनिश नहीं हो रहा 240, somewhere grace of 230, 2.5 hours. That would be decided by the management. I am not the person who can have veto power on it. Clear? जी. हाँ, comparatively, polity would be covered in it. हाँ.
So why geography will be covered in 4.5 months and to be just for comparison, PSR would be covered in 6.5 months? Why the time difference?
It depends from faculty to faculty. Time to time management. For example, if the topic can be developed, what is the role of a faculty, which I feel in general is, see, I said it as 4.5 months. There might be some emergency. There might be again a lockdown for 15 din. It might reach 6 months also. They will say the maximum time. I said the minimum time. That is the only stance. Nothing more than that. They said maximum time and this is minimum time. But role of faculty is to make the topic easy for student, not making complicated. You should not say like, यार तुझे पता है cloud formation क्या होता है? बहुत दिक्कत है cloud का मतलब. This is one stance. One more stance is like, there is nothing with cloud formation. See, we have pollutants, water vapor goes, sticks to its cloud forms. This is one talent of faculty to make things easier. One is to create havoc situation in students. There is market. If you go to YouTube market, there is a market called as YouTube market. हजारों teach करते हैं वहां पे. That doesn't make the things easier. They make complicated. So to show their knowledge and get fan base to them, likes to them. See, for example, what is oasis? Desert में, where is a depression, groundwater table comes in the depression, appearing a pond like structure is a oasis. People won't say this as oasis. Oasis का मतलब क्या होता है? आपको पता है? Oasis, it is very important landform. आपको पता है? आप नहीं जानते, मैं बताता हूं. Oasis is one typical landform which is formed with wind evolution. सैंड को उठा के उसमें पानी भर के डिप्रेशन में आके जिंदगी भर बन जाता है ओएसिस. पाम कर भाई, ये डरा रहे कि आप पढ़ा रहे हैं? Is it right? Make students to understand and reach possible way to gain maximum marks in the examination. Make them very clear that how to score 300 plus in optional. Don't show your talent to them. अगर मुझे टैलेंट मैं दिखाना चाहता हूं तो 10 महीने पढ़ा सकता हूं. ज्योग्राफी, who will be the loser? It is you finally. मेन एम क्या है? ज्योग्राफी में पीएचडी कर रहे हैं, 300 लाना है, फिर वो कोशिश करो ना. लिखो, लिखते ही रहो. दैट इज टारगेट. See, I am target based approach. I am not market based approach. मार्केट जो फॉलो करते करने दो. Many faculties are there in market who दिमाग ज्यादा खा लेते हैं. मैं दिमाग खाने वाला नहीं हूं, दिमाग खिलाने वाला हूं. So that you gain it. Our target is 300 in this, 500 in GS, 550 including essay, let's assume 550, 550, 300, 850, इंटरव्यू में 190, 1040, टॉप 10 रैंक. ये जितना मैं बोल रहा हूं उतना आसान नहीं है, मेहनत करना पड़ेगा. इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू टेक आवर सेल्स आउट. क्लियर? Any doubts you have? More yet? Any doubts you can ask? Test series. Geomorphology खत्म, टेस्ट होगा. You will be given with 4-5 days time to revise. Then you will have a test. Grand test after the complete syllabus. हाँ, 4.5 months के बाद you will be given time like grand test number 1 would be on this date. Grand test number 2 would you will be given with regular schedule. 4.5 months syllabus खत्म, you will be given 10-15 days time grand test number 1, 10-15 days time grand test number 2, 10-15 days time 3, 4. हाँ, अगर शुरू करे तो हाँ, तो प्रीलिम्स के बाद लिखिए ना. दिक्कत क्या है? You can write test any time once you are awarded and rewarded. No issues with it. So it's not like यही चाहिए. ये बैंक नहीं है भाई, है ना. अगर यही टाइम पे आ गए तो डिपॉजिट लिखो, कभी टाइम मिले आके लिखो, दे दो। नो 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 इश्यूज, यू राइट एनी टाइम, एनी टाइम यू फाइंड फ्री टाइम यू राइट। बट वन डिसिप्लिन्ड स्ट्रक्चर इज लाइक व्हेन सब लोग लिखेंगे आके, एक वो एग्जाम स्ट्रक्चर मिल जाता है हमें, दैट इज व्हाट द मेन मोटो इज। एनीवन एल्स? यस, అవునండి. జోగ్రఫీలో 300 ఎందుకు స్కోర్ చేయలేకపోతున్నారు టాపర్స్? అది ఎందుకు ఆగిపోతుందంటే ముందు 340 కూడా వెళ్ళింది. ఎందుకు ఆగిపోతుంది 2 to 3 years నుంచి అంటే ఒక 2 years నుంచి అప్రాక్సిమేట్లీ. ఫస్ట్ టు స్కోర్ 300 ప్లస్ basic conceptual clarity is required, which people is not having. Example बताता हूँ. One of my friends who is an IPS officer, in his first attempt, he went up to interview. And as history being his optional, he has read everything in history. गांधी के बारे में तो शायद मुझे लगता है कि गांधी को भी पता नहीं है, which he knows. Seriously. Everything, whatever you ask related to Gandhi, he used to say yes. He went up to interview and interviewers have asked a simple question. What was the reason why Gandhi has stopped non-cooperation movement? He was not in a state to answer. Chaura Chauri incident. He was on गांधी के बारे में सब पता है, एवरीथिंग यू नो रिलेट, इवन ही नोज सम 10 to 15 फॉलोअर्स ऑफ गांधी हु स्टार्टेड दांडी मार्च. ही वाज हैविंग सम फॉलोअर्स, राइट? इवन ही नो हिज नेम आल्सो, हु वाज अ फॉलोअर. ही डोंट नो व्हाई नॉन कोऑपरेशन मूवमेंट हैज स्टॉप्ड, गॉन. So people are not having basic conceptual clarity. People started exaggerating the optional. ऑप्शनल मतलब पता है आपको? जिंदगी भाई, जिंदगी. ఎగ్జాగరేషన్ మార్కెట్లో ఎట్లుందంటే సార్, ఫ్యాకల్టీ తనని తాను రెట్రోస్పెక్టివ్ గా ప్రూవ్ చేసుకోవడానికి, డూ యూ నో వాట్ ఈస్ పిఎస్ఐఆర్, సోషియాలజీ, ఆంథ్రో, యూ నో ఇట్. इट इज लाइक है तो सब्जेक्ट ही, डेप्थ में पढ़ना है, डेप्थ में पढ़ना है. सो मार्केट स्टार्टिंग exaggerating the optional, people started believing those exaggerations because people don't want to crack civil services, they want exaggerations. And with that exaggerations, people started reading everything which is on high note. He started asking a question like, explain the features of west flowing rivers. People did not read this. People read how Rift Valley formation happened. Davis क्या बोला है? Granitic drainage pattern, antecedent river system. इसमें वो ये मसाला जोड़ के बना दिया सब कुछ. क्वेश्चन क्या है? Features of west flowing river. People started reading everything, landforms, वो landform, ये landform, simple. How Tambolo and spit bars are formed. So optional में क्या होता है? There is defined syllabus. Sticking from the basic, you have to learn up to moderate and advanced level. People started exaggerating the things. This is one point which aspirants miss. Second point is they use multiple sources, either in the form of faculties, either in the form of evaluations, either in the form of books. See, every faculty might have their own perception in teaching. His final aim should be like making to score more and more marks to their students. Other might have other perception with the same goal and ideology. अगर मैं बोलूं यही पढ़ो, इस तरफ ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल पढ़ो, यही सही तरीका है, यूट्यूब में अलग से बंदा आएगा लाइक ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल को इस तरह पढ़िए. ये स्ट्रैटेजी पढ़ के we will lose our own strategy. Everyone should have their own strategy. The strategy of all India rank 1 doesn't work for you. Everyone will have different question paper in life. Everyone will not have the same question paper. The person who sits in 5-star hotel and prepares for civil services, and the person who sits in a normal ordinary room of 5,000 kiraya will not have the same situation. Everyone should plan their own strategy. But they start using multiple resources. Is bar All India rank 1 year strategy? They will wait for next All India rank 1. He has this strategy, next All India rank 1. Finally, they end up being a motivator for next upcoming juniors. अरे आप टेंशन मत लो, मैं सिखा देता हूँ हाउ टू प्रिपेयर फॉर सिविल सर्विसेज. अपने अशोकनगर गली में नीचे ढूंढो, चाय बंडी के पास सब वही मिलेंगे. अरे తమ్ముడు టెన్షన్ తీసుకోక నువ్వు ఇట్రా, నేను నేర్పిస్తా. ఎందుకు రా టెన్షన్, ఆన్సర్ తీసుకో పో, సోషల్ తీసుకో. He himself could not clear. He is teaching them. So multiple resources again. Read climatology from Savindra Singh, DS Lal, internet, उस पे पढ़ो, इस पे पढ़ो. खुद सविंद्र सिंह 10 बार पढ़ लो ना भाई. You will get content. Value addition करो. Faculty will say what value addition can be done. This is one mistake. Second mistake is not enriching the answers. Enrichment includes like keyword highlighting, diagrams, flowcharts involvement, presenting the answer in a different way. Presenting the answer in a different way. Answer in a different way. That people are unable to do. They don't know what point to highlight, where to insert a diagram. And one more thing is like don't jabardasti also insert a diagram. If they ask a question, explain the differences between Gandhi and Ambedkar towards the downtrodden of people, don't draw Gandhi and Ambedkar jabardasti. Is it like, no sir has asked us to draw diagram. पागल है क्या? जबरदस्ती मत डालो डायग्राम. Required, draw it. Flow chart, introduction, conclusion, relevant answer, stick to the point. ऊपर लिखेंगे ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम साईराम. साईराम आके लिखेंगे क्या आंसर? वो इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है rather than structure of answer. No intro, no conclusion, no connectivity. You will find less marks, obviously. You will find very less marks. Have very good technicality, very good answer writing skills. Enrich the answer very well. Diagrammatical conclusions, exclusively for geography. Stick to the point. Learn the point, make the point clear. And one more thing is, don't exaggerate even the answers. If they ask what is cumulonimbus cloud, का मतलब ये होता है thunderstorm, ये नहीं है. Cumulonimbus clouds are formed with the dense evaporation which happens with rises vertically. ऐसा नहीं कि cumulonimbus cloud का मतलब पूरा ऐसा शेक कर दिया, earthquake का मतलब शेक हो गया. ये मत लिखिए, exaggerate मत करिए. Because think who will correct your paper? The professor who is at the age of 55 to 60. He might have did his graduation in 1975. What would be his expectation? Think about his expectation and write the answer. You will succeed. Link to contemporary issues. That is where aspirants are lacking. Otherwise, they will score very good. Very good. Very good. Clear? Any more doubts? అట్లా డిఫైన్ చేయలేమండి. మీరు జియోగ్రఫీ ఆప్షనల్ చూస్తే అన్ని కల్మినేటెడ్గా క్వశ్చన్లు వస్తాయి. అట్లా మనం చెప్పలేం. బట్ one lovable statement is like, if you have grip on geomorphology and perspectives, you will rule this world in geography. Geomorphology and command on perspectives, you will rule this world with geography. Either king बनेंगे या बड़ा king maker बन जाएंगे. Done? Paper 1 complete static, paper 2 completely dynamic. Paper 1 static completely. Contemporary issues, that's why we have a separate chapter. We have to scope with it. Clear? Yes, sir. नहीं पेपर 1 में डायनामिक स्टैटिक होगा, पेपर 2 में मैक्सिमम कंटेम्पररी. क्योंकि अर्बनाइजेशन में क्या पूछेंगे? व्हाट आर द रीजंस ऑफ अर्बनाइजेशन, कंसीक्वेंसेस. ये बचपन का क्वेश्चन था 7th 8th स्टैंडर्ड का. स्मार्ट सिटीज मिशन, अमृत मिशन, यही पूछेंगे ना. अच्छे दिन भाई आके के बोल के जा रहा है, तो अच्छे दिन क्या है बताओ. क्लियर? Any queries or doubts? Done? Clear? Everyone? Clear with this? Shall we end this session? So nice meeting you. Thank you for attending this. Have an awesome day. So that management has to speak. I just know how to work. I don't know when to work and where to work. Okay? Thank you for watching this, attending this. Have an awesome day. Jai Hind.